Hey guys, I'm Nathan with the Trades Growth Blueprint. Today we're going to be going over in GoHighLevel how to set up your A2P registration, which in layman's terms is how you can send a text message from within GoHighLevel for automations, workflows, the whole shebang. And if you haven't already, check out my link in the description below for a free trial for GoHighLevel. It is a game changer when it comes to business, when it comes to the trades, when it comes to utilizing AI in the trades. Let's get started. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. On the left, we're going to go down to settings. We're going to go ahead and select settings. And then on the left-hand side here, we want to scroll down to where we get to phone system. Okay, let's go ahead and select phone system. And now this is where we're going to add a phone number. So go ahead and click add phone number, and you can select depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking for just one for lead tracking, you can select that. If you want a verified caller ID, you can select that as well. But today, for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you add phone number. Now you can select the filter option. Depending on what country you're in, you can select that, and then filter based on what the local phone number is, right? So in this case, let's do 702, and I want to select the first part of the number because let's just say that's the area code, right? Go ahead and hit apply, and then it will only show you, based on the filter you selected, those specific phone numbers. Like in this case, these are all, Nevada numbers. So let's go ahead and select one, and it does have a monthly price. So there is $1.15 on this one. Looks like they're all about that much. There are some that are a little bit more, but for the most part, most of them are about $1.15 per month, which is very reasonable, especially if you've looked around and you see what other phone providers have out there. This is incredibly reasonable. This is a great opportunity. So go ahead and select that. Okay, and then go ahead and hit proceed to buy. And then you go ahead and follow these steps to verify. And it'll ask for a number of different things. It'll ask for your license. You can do this here on the computer, or you can even do it on your phone. So I'll go ahead and let you do that, and then I'll skip to the part where that's already completed. Perfect. So once you've completed that, it'll show you your phone number over on the phone numbers tab, and then up here you'll want to select Trust Center. And this will take you to the A2P messaging and registration right here. And so you'll have two things that we'll need to get verified: the brand and then the campaign. And it tells you the status right here. This says obviously yet to start. We haven't started these, no problem. But once you do, it'll tell you, like, say for example, it comes back and it failed, right? It'll say rejected, and it'll say the reason, and then you can click on that and it'll show you. But anyways, so we're going to scroll down here. So again, this is only required if you're sending SMS or MMS to US using a local or mobile number. And it is important to note there is a one-time and a monthly campaign fee that's charged for both approved and failed campaigns. So if there are any campaigns that you're not using, make sure you go in and delete those. So let's go ahead and hit start registering now. All right, now you go through the questionnaire here. Is the business entity you're registering located in the US and or Canada? Yes. Okay. Okay, do you have a tax ID? Okay, if you do, go ahead and put it in. If you don't, go ahead and hit no. In this case, we're going to hit yes. Go ahead and hit continue. All right, so you want to put the legal business name, the business type. So if it's a corporation, LLC, nonprofit, all of that. So you'll put all that in here. Make sure you identify which employer identification number it is, or business registration ID type. Then you put the number in here. And then the industry. So you'll want to select, what industry do you work in? Let's see. There it is, construction. Yeah, so we'll do construction. Then you put in your website, and then you indicate which business region of operation, right? Then we'll go ahead and hit continue. Perfect. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and put in the business address. Go ahead and hit continue from there. And here's where you put in your contact info. Okay, so you put in your first name, your last name, pretty much the authorized representative. So whether it's you or someone else that's on your team, just go ahead and put that information in here, put the job position placeholder, and then go ahead and hit continue. Perfect. Then here, it'll give you some information. So only one phone number is allowed for a sole proprietorship, and for a sole proprietor campaign, this is just giving you information about this, if that's what you selected, right? And then you do want to go ahead and acknowledge this at the bottom here, that there's a registration one-time fee of $24 and pretty much $24.50. Okay. It says an additional $3 for Fast Track program is included, which helps in getting campaign approved in 3 working days. Campaign fee will also be charged in case of campaign failures and resubmissions. Additional campaign fee up to $2.20 per month will apply in accordance with TCR rules for both failed and approved campaigns. So again, that kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, it's important to delete the campaigns that you're not using anymore, or that failed and you're just sitting there, because they're still going to charge you. I'm going to click continue, and here I'm not going to click it now because I don't really want to do this. I don't want to be charged. So it'll show you your campaign details, and then you'll just hit submit after you double check that and make sure they're all correct. Hit submit, and then we'll move on to that next option here. Go back to Trust Center. Okay, fast forward, and let's say the brand got approved. It generally will if you put all the information in there correctly. And in this case, I submitted the campaign one, and this one had previously gotten rejected. So we're going to go ahead and click resubmit. And in your case, you're going to be submitting for the first time. And campaign use case, you want to select what it's going to be used for primarily. So low volume mixed. If it's going to be for promotional basis, and not anything of these other options, go ahead and select that one. Now, the best thing to do on here is actually, because here, I'll show you. I'm going to cut this, and then it shows you an example, okay? Now, I'm going to paste this back in because that's what I want, but you can go ahead and click See Example. Now, for some reason, there are examples for, oh, here we go. They're working now. All right, so yeah, we're going to take a look at these examples. At least for the second one is working. I'm not sure what's going on with that first one, but generally these links will work, and you can hit See Example. If you want to see the example as well, just before you put anything in there, it'll show you the example right here. So maybe open a notepad and just type that in, but I like to do it word for word given what the examples have. So for the ones that, if they do pop up where you can see, oh hey, this is the example, click on this little icon here in the top corner, and that will copy that. And then you go ahead and paste it in, and you just make the adjustments here, right? So you don't need to change the name, but you can put your company name. You need to put your company name, and it says something. See, it says, "I am following up with you about our meeting yesterday. Would you have time to discuss this today?" Okay, you can do that, or the first one you can do where you put in your phone number. Right? You can, either of these are totally suitable, totally fine, but the best practice is to copy the example, paste it, and make the changes based on your business. Okay. Same with this guy down here. Go ahead and do the same. The template here will have your website, and it's very crucial. We'll get to this in the next when we hit continue. But it's very crucial you have specific things on your website. And in this case, this is why this one got rejected, was because my website here was missing a couple things. So go ahead and take a look at these checkboxes. The message will include an embedded link. Great. The message will include phone numbers. Yes, it will in different cases. The message include age-gated content as defined by carrier and CTA guidelines. If it does, go ahead and select that. I would imagine if you're in either HVAC, plumbing, electrical, or home services, it's not going to be needed to check that. The messages include content related to direct lending or other loan arrangement. Most likely, no. But depending on your business, you'll want to put it in. We'll go ahead and hit continue. Okay, and this is another case where copy it. Copy, paste, make the adjustments. Again, I was mentioning a little bit ago about how your website needs to have specific things in order for this to get approved. So I will show you right now what it needs to include. So we're going to go over here on the side here. We're going to back out of this for now. We'll come back to that in a little bit. But we're going to go down to sites. Okay. Now I'm showing you exactly what your website needs to have in order for it to fly. So builder. And now if you just hit add form, we're not going to take into account anything of what I already have here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit add form, start from scratch. And this is only for the sake of showing you exactly what your website needs to have in order for the A2P to pass on the campaign basis. So this right here, this is gold. So whenever they're going to be signing up for an appointment, or sending in a service request or anything, you need to have this somewhere on your website. And this specific lingo is the best. So if you can just copy and paste these, and these have to be two separate checkboxes. These have to be two separate checkboxes, one for the consent to receive transactional messages and one for consent to receive marketing and promotional messages. And you will also need the privacy policy as well as terms of service for your business listed right below it. Okay, so this is huge. So we're going to go ahead and back out of this. Don't want to save it. But that's where you'll go to find that. But let's go back to settings. Let's go back down to phone system. Okay, we're going to go back to the Trust Center. And we're going to go to resubmit this, right? Okay, we were on the second page, so we're going to go ahead and click continue. Okay, so here, right? So that's what we know the website needs to have, okay? And you want to make sure you put the URL of that specific place that has it. So if it's, say it's on a Contact Us or a Book Now page, you don't want to put your homepage URL right here. You want to put the specific URL for the site that has this, those specific key elements that are needed for this to pass, or else it will be rejected. Okay, now we look here. All I did was I just copied this, pasted it here, and that's the same thing with down here. Okay, copy, paste. You want to make sure again that you put in your company name, customize it accordingly, and you should be good to go. Now, again, see here, there's the one-time registration fee, additional $3 fast track. Okay, go ahead and acknowledge that. And then when you're ready, you go ahead and hit submit. Now, it does say additional $3 for fast track program is included, which helps in getting campaign approved in 3 working days. So it will be in about 3 working days. I've noticed they're generally pretty quick. So I would be surprised if it even takes 3 days. Usually for me, it's closer to 2. I haven't seen it done in 1, but anyways, the sooner you get this going, the sooner you're able to actually, you can use the test workflow feature when it comes to SMS, and then you can also actually launch your campaigns, your workflows with this the phone number, which it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And you can also do the automatic voicemails, right? Because that's the call feature. And I'll show you how to do that in a future video, but this is the A2P in a nutshell. If you have any questions or comments, please drop those below. Really appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Like I mentioned, check out that link for GoHighLevel. Link in the description will give you a free trial of GoHighLevel. Makes a big difference. This has been a total game changer for me in my companies here.